Hello. So I've been painting a lot more the last few months, but I'm gonna shut my ass up first and let you watch the tour before I do any more explaining. Junie, Junie girl, what do you want? What? What? Bibbidi bobbidi, leave me alone. Bibbidi bobbidi, stop knocking shit down. Ma'am, I'm gonna need your answer. Ma'am. Oh, those are my paintings though, but okay. Bye. And so that concludes my little art tour. To be fair, I didn't just start painting a few months ago. I started a few years ago, but I was in school at the time, so I only have about a handful of things that I painted that entire time. So I thought that I would show them as a reference just to see where I originally started. And they're all very simple. I was very much scared of going for it, trying new things, and that's still something I struggle with. I kind of tend to stick to realism, and I'm scared to try new techniques. The only exception would be this Spirited Away Studio Ghibli painting that I did. I don't know how I did it. I probably couldn't recreate it if you asked me to do it today. It was about a year ago, but I mean, I stuck so closely to the reference picture that there was no room for creativity. So that's something that I've been slowly trying to work out, to develop a style, but even more so just develop a sort of freedom to want to experiment. So let's go through some of these. These three were my favorite. I had just gotten the Tombow brush pens, and I really like mixing watercolor with them. It creates hard edges, and so you don't have to worry too much about getting perfect lines as I would in the mountain painting on the very left. This cat one also fits with the two on the right because it was more of an illustrative style, which is something that I really want to be able to get better at, and I feel like it does feed a lot more creativity and it becomes easier to find your own style as opposed to sticking to realistic references. Now, this one was a pain in the ass to paint. I did negative painting, and well, okay, the water droplets were a really good time. I really like how the leaves turned out, but drawing in the black at the end was so hard and it turned out so streaky. I do not want to do that again. So if you're gonna do negative painting, start simple. Next up, these were monotypes. So what you do is you just lay some watercolor on a piece of glass, and then you put a piece of paper on top of the glass, and then you lift it up to see what it creates. And then it's kind of like reading the shapes or reading clouds. You try to figure out what to make. And I lifted this one up by the corner little by little, and it created these edges. And then I was like, oh, it kind of looks like cracked ice or cracked cliffs. Anyways, I recommend this to anyone who's struggling with figuring out what to paint. And just another example of how I'm trying to get out of my shell, I did a workshop by an artist. I will put her name on the screen, but she has a very sort of loose and illustrative style, and it was so much fun to make. It felt like so much less pressure than when I was stuck in a sort of rut trying to recreate reference photos like this. Okay, I'm not trying to bash realism. I'm gonna keep using reference photos and trying to get good understandings of anatomy and shapes and shadows. It's just that I don't want that to be my end goal. And I think a lot of artists think that their stuff needs to be realistic in order for it to be good. I just don't think that that is true. So I included these two as my attempt to show that I am trying to step out of my comfort zone and not plan my paintings so much, and I hate them. I am not happy about having to show them, but I think it's important to see that not every single piece that you make is going to be something that you like or that's good, but they're still worthy of being made. So finally, I also dabbled in making character illustrations, and these are the two that I was able to make, and it's so hard. Even if you're not going for realism, you still need proper proportions, even if they're, you know, cartoony or illustrative. It's kind of like a nightmare to take on, but I really want to be able to do that. By the way, the background over there looks like boobies, I've been told, and I agree. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I really appreciate anyone who's made it this far. I've been having a really fun time making these, and I hope that you like them. Please subscribe if you want more. I'm going to be making a lot more art-related videos, and I'm still kind of trying to figure out what direction I want to go in.